All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. What we're going to do right now is play our short intro video. That way you can start liking, sharing, and letting everyone know that CSRN is live. We'll be right back.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, the other thing that we've got to come to see now that many of us didn't see too well during the last 10 years, that is that racism
not guilty
is still alive in American society and much more widespread.
Broke his neck after Baltimore police.
A handful of protesters, a handful of criminals and thugs who...
Many in moments of anger, many in moments of deep bitterness, engage in riots. And as long as America postpones justice, we stand in the position of having these recurrences of violence and riots over and over again. Social justice and progress are the absolute guarantors of riot prevention.
Mr. Gray's death was a homicide.
The Negro was freed from the bondage of physical slavery.
The athletes marched onto a stage.
But at the same time, the nation refused to give him land to make that freedom meaningful. Freedom without land to cultivate. Freedom and famine at the same time.
And create jobs for our people.
The Negro is to be free. He must move down into the inner resources of his own soul and sign with a pen and ink of self-assertive manhood his own Emancipation Proclamation. But I want to get the language right tonight. I want to get the language so right that everybody here will cry out, yes, I'm black, I'm proud of it, I'm black and beautiful. Individually, we are poor when you compare us with white society in America. We are poor. Collectively, we are richer than all the nations in the world with the exception of 9. That's power right there if we know how to prove it. We begin the process of building a greater economic base. And at the same time, we are putting pressure where it really hurts. We don't have to argue with anybody. We just need to go around to these stores and to these massive industries in our country. Say, God sent us by here to say to you that you're not treating his children right. We come by here to ask you to make the first item on your agenda fair treatment where God's children are concerned. Now, if you're not prepared to do that, we do have an agenda that we must follow. And our agenda calls for withdrawing economic support from you. We mean business now, and we are determined to gain our rightful place in God's world.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review, where we come to you live. We stream live from Mott Branch Library. So a shout out to the staff and leadership at Mott Branch Library, where they always roll out the red, black, and green carpet for us. I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. I'm one of the co-founders of CSRN, along with Jabril Bey and Mike Leonardi. Way back in 2014, these two brothers had an idea that just regular people could speak truth to power. They didn't have to be politicians, preachers, professionals, or pastors. Just have a bullhorn, some facts, and make a difference in the community. And they had what was called then Community Solidarity Day. And then they called me later on and asked if I could help organize things. And here we are, we're celebrating 10 years, 2024, celebrating 10 years. And generally, I have Jody to my left or to my right, however you're seeing this. He was picked to be a part of that production for Disney, a movie called, is it called Stick Shift? I think it's called Stick Shift. He'll come in and talk about it, but he was selected. And also Jody was selected to be a part of a few other movies. So he's really making some things move. What am I wearing today? Today I have on a pink polo, white cap. So it looked like I was golfing, but I was at work. So if my boss is watching, nope, I was at work today. I've got my beads on. And as always, I'm dedicated to respecting, protecting, and defending all Black bodies, no matter the cost, no matter the gains or loss. This is the home of Black Lives Matter and Justice or Else. What we're going to do right now, we've got a dynamite guest, as you see in the title of the podcast today. We've got a community creative, our brother Yusuf Lateef. He's going to be logging in later on. And what I wanted to get to right now was Juneteenth, the Juneteenth parade. Of course, Juneteenth is tomorrow. And I'd like for you to join us right here at Smith Park from 10 to 2. Let me get my flyer. What is the group called? It's sponsored by Smith Park Proud and the First Unitarian Church of Toledo. They used to be on the corner of Collingwood and Bancroft. That's where the worship center is now. But right now they're on on Glendale. So join them tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Myself and the Kwanzaa drum runners, we're going to be here adding some, add some drumming to that. So join them tomorrow. I don't have a digital flyer, and if I do, it's lost in my email, and our tech team was not holding me down today. What we're going to do, we're going to get to our mission statement and guiding principles, and then I want to talk about Alexia Sims and Gutta Dave. For the last 4 years, they've organized the Juneteenth parade. It was their idea. I support it, and I ask everybody to support it. This year, it was bigger and better, and each year, those two really put it on for the city. So if you ever thought that nobody's doing anything in Toledo, obviously you're not looking. And I want to just highlight some of the pictures from that. But let's get into our mission statement. If they could bring up my mission statement stuff, and we'll go through that, and then take a short break, and then come back with our special guest. This is our mission statement. We are the Community Solidarity Response Network of Toledo, formed on November 25th, 2014, the day after it was announced that the killer, a Ferguson, Missouri police officer of Michael Brown, an unarmed teenager, would not be indicted. We bring awareness to the injustices experienced by Black men, women, and children who are disproportionately murdered, attacked, provoked, and harassed by law enforcement. Police brutality has to end. We bring awareness to the fact that most often police brutality goes without consequence and accountability. Police impunity has to end. We utilize the tactics of protest, civil disobedience, event disruption, and citizen advocacy to give voice to those who are otherwise voiceless. We facilitate progressive community-based events that help to foster self-development, and we discuss measures to hold local leadership accountable to their sworn duties, be they politicians, clergy, law enforcement, educators, etc. We want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice equally applied to all, regardless of creed, class, or color. For all lives to matter, Black lives must matter. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And that last quote is from our brother, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And normally, Jody will do this. So, of course, my voice isn't as smooth as Jody's, but we're going to get through this, take a short break, come back with our brother Yusuf Lateef. Also, whenever you're organizing grassroots, it is important to have a mission statement. That's really what you're about. And if you don't have a mission statement, it's not difficult to get co-opted and somebody else give you a mission statement. So shout out to Yvette Muhammad that helped with that mission statement way back in 2014 when we were just trying to find our footing, and she came up with the right language. We picked some of that language from the Self-Expression Teen Theater mission statement, and, we just use what we got. What I want to read next is our guiding principles. Now, you might ask, well, what are guiding principles? CSRN is like all of the top protesters and activists came together. That was Jabril, Mike Leonardi, myself, Ruth Leonard, Jody, Julian Mack, and L.J. Hamilton. So many others came together. Twyla Page, or Sister Twyla Page, Mother Emeritus Sister Twyla Page. And in order for all of us to be able to gel, we have to not implode. So we put together some principles that we grabbed from the movement for Black Lives Convening. This was in 2015, where a group of young people decided that there has to be a better way of organizing. And we took their guiding principles and made it our own. And these are the CSRN guiding principles. All Black lives matter. Queer Black lives, trans Black lives, formerly and presently incarcerated Black lives, poor working class Black lives, differently able Black lives, Black men and women lives, immigrant Black lives, Black elderly and children lives. All Black lives matter and are the creators of this space. We throw no one under the bus. We rise together. Ashe. And Ashe means one who changes a thing or one who makes a thing happen. Thriving instead of surviving. Our vision is based on the world we want, not the one we're currently in. We seek to transform, not simply react. We want our people to thrive, not just exist. Think beyond the possible. Experimentation and innovation must be built into our work. Embrace the best tools, practices, and tactics, and leave those behind that no longer serve us. Evaluation and assessment must be built into our culture. Critical reflection must be a part of all of our work. We learn from our mistakes and our victories. Principled struggle can exist in a positive environment. We must be honest with one another by embracing direct, loving communication. Love, self-love is practiced in every element of all we do. Love and self-love must be a driver of our work and an indicator of our success. Without this principle and without healing, we will harm each other and undermine our movement. Ashe. 360-degree vision. We honor past struggles and wisdom from elders. The work we do today builds the foundations of movements of tomorrow. We consider our mark on future generations. Self-care means we build resilient spaces by budgeting time, energy, and resources for healing. Self-care is a regular, consistent, intentional, and essential practice. The most directly affected people are experts at their own lives and should be in leadership at the center of our movement and telling their stories directly. And lastly, training and leadership development should be fundamental. Our movement must constantly grow and leadership must constantly multiply. Ashe. And I always thought that doing in this new dispensation of social justice. We can no longer wait on the same actors that we always waited on, and those are our premier agencies, some of the local clergy. When there's many of us that already have a skill set that we can organize, we can plan, we know what to say, we've already have relationships with our local city hall, commissioners, and whomever. So there's a new way forward of just doing it yourself, just like Alexia and Gutter Dave. I guess nobody else was going to put together a Juneteenth parade. And while I'm here, I want to just show just a couple of clips from the Juneteenth parade. Then we're going to take a short break, come back with our brother Yusuf Lateef. So if my tech team is going to help me out today, let's see if we can share. All right, let's see if I can enlarge this. I'm sure I can. All right, this is from the Juneteenth parade. And really, once again, a big shout out to Alexia and Gutter Dave. And if I were to praise them, and I am, they would give it back to all of the participants. So even having that humble spirit is really refreshing. So just a lot of young people. And I saw an interview where Alexia was saying that it's about our young people. And that's a big change in how we organize now. It used to be about what the older people wanted and how the older people wanted to do things. But now it's on the young people. And I support Alexia, whatever they need. There's a picture of me right there with my bike carrying the flag, right in front of the police car, right where I need to be. All right. That's another picture. So many people came down town to participate. Our brother Shriners or our Masons were there. So many young people. Just a phenomenal job of everybody putting the city on and doing it in their own way. So big shout out to Community United. That's Alexia and Gutter Dave. And also, if you get a chance, the photographer, Voigt Gallery, I hope I'm saying that right. And if I'm not saying it right, hey, somebody come on and correct me. This brother took all of the pictures. He volunteered his skill set to do that. So his number is right here. So look him up. If you need photography or whatever, it's minority owned, Black owned. Check this brother out. I know that I'm going to do that for CSRN. The next time we have something coming up, we're going to make sure that we hire this brother to do that. So great job from that brother. What we're going to do right now is take a short break. We're going to come back with our community creative. Oh, and a shout out to some of the viewers that's watching what we're saying. Jody, I don't know how Jody is responding. He should be in the chair, so I don't know. I'm sure. All right, that's Jody. Hey, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come right back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review.
Hey, I'm Dr. P. Not only am I a leadership coach, I'm a change agent, and I'm a race scholar. I've used my study of race to dismantle systems and organizations, but I also use that to help you as the individual become a better leader for your families and for your community.
Now Now you can get the same uncompromising truth you've come to expect from the Final Call newspaper on all your connected devices. Subscribe to the Final Call Digital Edition today. Go to subscribe.finalcalldigital.com.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review where we come to you live every Tuesday. We stream live, and hopefully in the near future, Jody's going to find a way to edit some of this down so that you don't have to watch a whole hour. You can just watch some of the good parts of it, if any that we could salvage. Hey, listen, today we've got a very special guest. We're going to just bring him in from the green room. Our brother, Yusuf Lateef. How you feeling, my brother?
What's up? What's up? Feeling good.
All right. Hey, one of CSRN's traditions. Oh, number one, we should have our own air sign on. Oh, yes, it is on. All right, good. So Jody don't have to tell me to do that. We already did it. One of our CSRN traditions is every guest that we have on, we ask, what's their name? What are they wearing? And what are we talking about today? So, brother, who are you? What are you wearing? And brother, what are we talking about today?
Okay. I would like to say assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
My name is Yusuf Dubois Davis Abdulatif. I'm wearing a T-shirt that I designed for a space in the Glass City Center downtown called Jazz Alley. So it's a T-shirt honoring that permanent installation, and also regular free jazz concerts that happen in that space. So that's July 21st is the next one, put on by Rachel Richardson Productions, my wife. And then what we're talking about is a little bit of that, but also what we're doing in the community at the moment with the support of so many people. But I also want to give a good shout out to my folks, Gutta Dave and Miss Alexia, who've been super supportive of the work that I'm currently doing with Bowling Green State University. We're in the middle of our mural class. And it gives us the opportunity to honor and highlight what's happening in the community with the resources of Bowling Green, and also different partnerships that we're able to make. Right now, we are working on a mural with WAKT 106.1 FM. We just finished up, or we're finishing up a mural with Miss Irma, that wonderful lady. She's always been a supporter, and we love her. Right there, she's getting her store back going. Right there across from Junction Park there on Nebraska. So you'll see. Is that
the $1 store?
Yes, the $1 store. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, she needs to raise those prices because inflation is high. All right. So yeah, I'll back her on that. All right.
Yes, the $1.50 store. You know what I mean? I'll pass that information on to her.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, she's been, a godsend, for us, and also just being in community and helping where we can, and in the way that I do, specifically creatively. It's a real blessing, and I'm honored to be able to do it. But yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're gonna be kicking it. Actually, our last mural stop is going to be on the corner of Pinewood and Miller, 901 Pinewood. It's a empty lot that we're going to activate. It's got a garage on it.
Okay.
That we are transforming into a pop-up gallery. It's a arts festival that's being put on by our fearless leader, Lydia Merrick. This is her third year putting on this art fest. Usually it's at the African American Legacy site. We shifted it over further into the community this year.
Oh, wow, that's great.
So in partnership with a lot of different folks, we've been working with the Violence Interrupters. We've been working with David Bush. We've been working with Gutta Dave and Alexia. We've been just really, you know, I don't know. It's almost it's very casual. I think Toledo, we do things very casually. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're all family. This is like literally a living room. You know, just the size of the city and how we have access to one another. You know, it's a real beautiful thing, and it really goes to show that you can pull some things off if you have a dream, and like you said, that mission statement's important. You know, that's what we're up to. This arts festival will be happening Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the 27th through the 29th. I just sent you a text of some of the flyers and information that's going on, but I want to. How can I send that to you so that the viewers can see that later on? Maybe they can check it out.
Well, right now, I think that I'm going to make sure before this podcast is over, because I made my transition to recognize that even older people have to level up on technology. So right now, I'm doing that right now.
I can maybe share my screen and share the image.
That'll work. Yeah, that'll be even better.
Let me try that. 1 second. Let me get it up here. Let's see. Here it is. Okay. I have it set up. And then do I hit present?
Let's hit present.
Okay. Let's see. And can you see that?
Not yet.
Okay, 1 second here. All right. Did that work?
Oh, yes. Let's see. All right. This is what we're talking about right now, family.
It's called Paint It Forward Festival. And these are the things that will be happening. We're going to have a couple of food trucks out there. We're going to have a skateboard camp that happens at the Douglas Center. They're going to be posted up there. There'll be some speakers and other organizations and vendors. It's going to be a really nice little 3-day event.
All right. One of the things that, and leave that up because I want everyone to know that something is happening in Toledo. And I'm in love with art. I think that's where I've got my first start working with Minister Charles Muhammad and set. And I think our podcast studio also has some of those elements of, he would always teach me how to block things and make sure that you got this right here or that right there. I always wanted to ask you, when did you know that that you can paint? When did you know that you were kind of uniquely unique in that way?
Well, a couple of things. Like, my parents always saved my work and encouraged me to get into programs centered around art. And my brother and I, Yusuf Lateef, when we were little, we were pretty competitive. I wanted to be like him, because he was really drawing, and he was old enough to get into classes. I couldn't necessarily do it yet. And then I remember doing ACTSO, NAAC ACTSO, and competing there. And Miss LaRue Perry and Miss Edrine Cole and some other folks really kind of gave me a spark and encouraged me to like not only compete and put my work out there, but really just hone in. And actually it was Miss LaRue Perry that invited me to sign up for the Young Artists at Work program.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so I did that. That was my first year. And I did, all the years after that. I ended up winning second place my senior year at nationals at NAACP ACTSO. I got to meet Rosa Parks. I think we were in the same room, The first place medalists, they got to sit and eat lunch with her at the table,
It's all good.
Yes, but it was like, just to be, in earshot of history like that. But that's kind of like how I knew that my work could be impactful and that it was viable. So it really was sparked by the encouragement of my parents, Reverend William Davis and Corrine Davis. They have a fund called the William and Corrine Art and Literacy Fund that they use to give micro grants to students that are furthering their education in the arts and education. So we got a lot going on, man. And this is just one of the things that we're moving forward and encouraging and getting behind and supporting Lydia Merrick's work in the neighborhood and in Toledo. She's really creating a space for young artists to really kind of lead the way and create and just help the art scene thrive. So yeah, this arts festival is something that I believe is really dear to her, and we're trying to hopefully make it happen in a really major way. She's off to New York, NYU this fall, so we're trying to send her off with a bang.
All right, now, okay, so for this event, all right, this is coming up the 27th, 28th. This is within the next less than 10 days.
Yeah, not now. This coming weekend, but the following weekend. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
We're going to have a petting zoo, a rock climbing wall. I mean, we're about to activate this little corner of Pinewood and Miller. You know what I'm saying? We got at least 10 poets on the roster about to spit. Okay. I got to get Jody. I got to get Jody signed up.
Look, I wish I could speak for Jody and say, hey, look, considering signed up, but he's busy, doing, man. Yeah, he's doing a lot of things. This is something that's near and dear to us, because I don't remember ever having anything at 901 Pinewood.
Right.
All right. I've never seen anything happen like that. Most of the stuff like this we have, we would do it downtown, maybe at the art museum, or like you say, right there on the corner of Collingwood and Door. And shout out to the brother that does that, Robert Smith. All right.
Yeah. Shout out to Robert Smith, man, the OG. Yo,
shout out to him.
We love Robert, man.
I should be saying Baba Robert Smith. I shouldn't be calling him by his But hell, look, I'll be 61 this year, but
Okay.
he's still one of our elders that keeps the history, that keeps the picture.
Yeah, yeah. Can you see that mural that I'm putting up? Can you see that?
No, right now all I see is the upcoming events.
Okay, good,
That's
good. I can share some other photos of the work that we're doing if you want.
Yeah,
to.
if you could, because right now, this is what we wanted to do. This is something that Jody wanted to happen, because if people love what we do, and most of the things that we do is difficult work, pointing out the wrong, and then having a spotlight come on us. All right, that's all good. We could take it. However, there's other things happening in the community too. There's other people that's getting things moving, and I believe in art. That's the way that we can express ourselves, and art is subjective. So you can make it whatever you want to make it. Oh, and as you see, my partner in shine, not crime. All right, my partner in shine is here. Our brother Jody Summers.
Right
So
on.
yeah, if you could, because there's also some things that I wanted to ask you about regarding your art. So let's add this to the stage. All right, so where is this right here?
This is Miss Irma's spot. This is the dollar store.
Okay.
And those flowers that you see are actually Adinkra symbols.
Oh wow, that's awesome, brother.
And it's the basa seca, the kola nut. It represents affluence and prosperity, and we want her business to grow and all her dreams to shine.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I organized with her at the Padua Center. I think she's a part of the Kwanzaa Park Neighbors, and she's always the first one to ask me, where you been? Like, come on, give me a break. All right. Yeah. And it's awesome to see.
Oh no, she stays on me, man. She stays on me, buddy. But it's good. It really helps me, keep things moving,
Right. Can I put some of your art up for a second, if you don't mind? Whenever we have someone important on, we always troll their page. All right.
Yeah. What's up, Jody?
Hey, I was hoping to see you in studio.
Yeah. Right on.
Hey, you still here? Virtually is still present.
So here is some of your work, right?
It is. This is from, I think, 2022 exhibition called Placebo.
And I'm just I'm going to run through.
Yeah. So this is also from that same exhibition. So those letters, that's titled Code of the Streets, and those letters are a different, configuration of a 16-letter phrase that we all know, love, and dearly. Do you know these 16 letters?
He's got a tiny screen over here on the viewing board.
Well, come on, Jody. I was gonna give it a shot. No, I do not. I feel like Candace Owens when they said God is good, and she said God is good. All right, but no, I don't.
No, when you go back and look at it,
Okay.
but it's Black Lives Matter. That's the phrase,
Okay.
But I jumbled it up because you feel sometimes like, as important as that phrase is, people aren't really listening to it,
Beautiful.
So when you put it in a coded message, then it becomes intriguing, right? It becomes something.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We should be writing this down. Yeah.
Now it matters, right? Now it matters. It's the letters, the literal letters. Yeah, so I don't like to waste anything. So a lot of work, turns into sculpture. I like to use like things that are left over. So the thing on the floor is actually a painting that got balled up and taped up. And I remember during the opening exhibition, I was encouraging folks to kind of kick that thing around.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And some of these works you can see at Toll House.
Yeah.
At Toll House. Right now, I have a solo show about to come on board in September in Detroit at the Mobility Center through a gallery called Art Club.
Okay.
It's actually the exhibition is going to be during their art festival that they're having. So it's Art Club with a V instead of a U. They're folks out of Detroit. I was introduced actually by my friend Paula Baldoni, who runs the River House Arts Gallery there in downtown Secor Building. And they came to the studio and immediately thought that I could, the original conversation was to have a group show, but they were like, "Hey, you want a solo show?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
All right, let's
I got to do something with this work, man. I keep making it. I got to sell it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So
that's right.
I'm starting to be, a lot of times I'm shy about my work and selling it and things like that. But the reality is that, it's an investment for folks, and we want to encourage people to become collectors because
yes,
unlike a car, if you buy a piece of artwork, it appreciates, right?
The
only thing is it's that artist has to continue to work, has to continue to make the work, and so by purchasing their work, you encourage them to keep going, and
That's
also
right.
to get in, the further they go, the more value your piece has, and if you have a collection, like imagine the Washington collection. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what's up.
That has a ring to it. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's, if you buy a car, you can't sell it for what it was worth right the minute you drive it off the lot.
That's right.
But artwork appreciates. It's like one of the few things that you can own that actually appreciates and value or can. So I've been blessed to be able to work with folks, some friends in Virginia, Visible Records and Contemporary Art Networks there, a lot of different artists. We're working with a young man out of Washington, D.C. right now. He's working with the mural class. His name is Brandon Sluian. Keep an eye out on him. He's really making some moves. He's actually guiding the mural for the WAKT mural site. And he's really doing his thing. He's done quite a bit of stuff. Actually, we were working there today. If you want, I can pull up a picture of where we're at.
Yeah, if you
right
could.
now. Yeah. 1 second here.
I'm glad you made it in, Jody. All right.
Me too. It's been a very long day, and I'm happy to be the better person that can do so many things in one day and have nobody any idea what I was doing.
That's okay, man. I don't know. I feel like you cloned yourself because I feel like I see you in multiple places at the same time. I'm like, wait, how is he posting here? But he's here.
No, it's not. There's at least 3 of them. All right.
Yeah, right.
It's time management and I don't know, not feeling bigger than myself. So I'll humble myself to any level as possible to meet people. It doesn't matter how many books I've written or movies I've been in. I'm just an ordinary person.
All right, and it does help because there's 3 of them. All right,
well, there's 3 of you at Juneteenth.
Okay,
so okay, all over those photos.
All right,
right.
So what do you got? What are you about to share?
So I don't know if you can see it, but this is Brandon Sluian is there in the foreground, and this building is the radio station WAKT.
Yes.
106.1 FM.
And that's right now the food bank, right?
It's right next door to the food bank, who've been awesome hosts as well. We started today. This is what we've done today. We're turning. He did some preliminary designing, but we're designing on the fly too. He's like we're creating. He's guided us in the creation of this abstract boombox.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we're really having a really good time. It's a relatively small class, which kind of helps us be really flexible. And we're having a really good time, knocking it out. And we were out there in that heat, man. You can't see it, but we had a couple of tents set up. They had the AC on in there, so we could dip in there and cool off every now and then. It was 80 degrees on the inside of that trailer, and it felt like the Arctic. So if that tells you something about the outdoor heat.
I know. I've intermediately been out in it. That's when you said you did this today. I'm like, whoo.
Yeah.
Probably got like 5 pounds lighter, didn't you?
Hey, Brian, look. Hey, hydration is the key, man. It's the key. I want to keep my skin looking young like Brother Washington over there, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I have to credit my wife because that's the chief chemist. All right. That's my chief chemist. All right. I'm coming up on the 7 o'clock hour. Yeah. We need one of our principles of our guiding principles before you go is self-care. With all that you do, what is it that you do to regain your balance? What do you do at the end of the day or end of the week that brings you back together? If you've got something like that.
I gotta bear witness, man. If it wasn't for like prayer, daily prayer, and some type of consistent study of the Quran, I don't think that I would be the person that I am that wants to change and wants to strive to be better than what I am today. You know what I'm saying? So it's the early morning prayer and the evening prayers. I think that trying to lock that in a consistent way and kind of helps me focus and ground myself. It's not, we're out here doing a lot of things, engaging with people, and one thing you see your strengths and you see your weaknesses, and I think like the most powerful thing is to give grace to yourself and also allow for some type of consistent meditation. So I think I have to bear witness that, if not for, Salat, I don't know where I'd be right now. You ever see Get Out?
Yes, sir.
He's in that dark abyss place, I was watching that movie. I was just like, look, let's pray, man. Look, pray, bro. You know,
That's
like,
right.
like any horror movie, I'm like, look, man, just pray, bro. You know,
That's right.
I don't know if that, for some people, but for us, for me, I feel like that's the cornerstone. And I think that's one of the legacies and things that my parents, have gifted me is God consciousness. It's not, it's not necessarily like some kind of like, if there's any kind of inheritance, it's that,
That's beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't imagine a world without some type of consciousness of, the creator. So yeah, it's prayer, man. Prayer and family, really connecting with family and getting back to family. My wife, gets, dinner is very important to our house. And when we've missed that coming together, man, we feel it, you know what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
Prayer and family are like key components. That's all I got, man.
All right.
Thank you for that question.
Yeah, yes, sir. Would you mind at one point coming back at a later date as you start to as you continue doing what you do? This is a great addition to what we do because this is like an activist palate cleanser because we do got to reel it back in. All right, reel it back in. There's more to life than having critical reflections on things. I know that somebody has to do it, but we still got to pull it in, all right, so that we can go back out the next week and the next month. So would you be willing to come back?
Oh yeah. And remember this, the People's Museum of Contemporary Art. All right. Just put that into the bank for me.
I sure
People's
will.
Museum of Contemporary Art. All right.
I turn everything into an acronym.
We'll oh yeah. PMCA.
Yeah.
PMCO. PMCA. Yeah.
All
People's
right.
Museum of Contemporary Art. Yeah. Just keep that keep that locked in. We'll talk
I'm gonna
about
lock it in. All right. Since Jody knows about it, all right, then I could be about that life too. Brother Yusuf, I want to thank you for joining us today. Thank you. And for those that stream this later, make sure you show up at the upcoming event. This is June 27th, June 28th, June 29th. That's 901 Pinewood. We're going to be, it's the Art and Trap. All right. Hey, come on now. So come on out, Paint It Forward Festival. Come out, check it out. Be a part of the solution, not the problem. I want to thank you, Brother Yusuf. Assalamu alaikum. And we look forward to seeing you soon.
I will definitely be there.
I'm showing off my James Dickerson. I'm showing off my James Dickerson print.
That's what's up. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Who put, by the way,
y'all gotta, hey, that's my collection, man. Y'all gotta get y'all's collection, man.
I'd like to mention he put a whole bunch of Black people in the art museum in our faces, and I really thank him for that. See, people don't think like that. Like me, when we just did our thing for the artwork, it's something growing up I didn't get to see. Our faces honored in the art museum. So I loved his archway. I love everybody that's like pushing the envelope of we deserve the art museum too. And we're gonna create our own, but
I was gonna say they stole most of our art. So all right.
So there's that payback, you know.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
People's Museum of Contemporary Art, baby.
Yep.
All right. Hey, don't let me forget that because that's something. It sounds like something I need to remember to know. All right.
We're gonna put that on the page. Tag us in that as well. CSRN, make sure you tag us if you got any posts going out about it or any media blasts, so we can add that to the collective.
For sure, man.
All right. Thank you, Brother Yusuf, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. We'll be right back.
Pathway Incorporated Brothers United program believes that children are important.
Every day we support and advocate for fathers because when children have involved fathers, the whole community thrives. The fathers that come into the Brothers United program are mostly young fathers who are primarily gang members or drug dealers or those involved in lots of trauma from the time when they were youth until now. This program has fatherhood classes which teach you about your role as a father, the importance of being a father, healthy relationships, how to co-parent and work better together with your co-parent, and then economic stability, how to get a job, how to keep a job. It is so important for fathers to learn to take care of their children holistically, not just emotionally, not just physically, but financially as well, because children need a holistic approach.
I really just needed help with being a better father and looking for a job to be able to support my kids.
Some of the problems I was facing when I joined Brothers United was communication with my children. Had some time apart from each other for a while, so they gave me the tools to really get back in communication with them.
Fathers will come into our program with their heads down. 2 weeks later, their heads are up. 3 weeks later, they're laughing and talking. 4 weeks later, they're building a bond. And by the time we get to 8 weeks, they're saying, hey, we want to stay here. What can we do to stay connected?
It gave me a better perspective on how to look at things from other people's point of view. You know, sometimes us as men, we get caught up in being prideful and arrogant, thinking we don't need the help. We do. And we just have to put our pride, selfishness, and arrogance to the side. And when the help is there, take it.
Hope plays the most important role in everything that we do because we have to have hope. We have to remember that fathers are important, and we have to not only say it, but we have to live it, we have to breathe it, we have to do it, we have to convey it to everyone.
Let's get a BU Nation on 3, fellas. 1, 2, 3. BU Nation!
The dads give us hope. The dads supply for us on the days when it gets hard. On the days when we've seen more violence than we ever want to see. On the days when we've lost some dads to jail or to murder, they give us hope. And so the hope that lives can change, if you invest in them, if you believe in them, then lives can change.
Brothers United changed my life, let's say, because of where I come from, what I've been through. I learned to understand it is help out there. Don't be scared to ask for it. If you don't reach, you can't grab. That's it.
They made me more employable, more desirable by employers, which in turn helped me provide for my family and provide for my children and my grandchild. So it makes me a better man, a better father, and a better example.
It showed me like how to be better to my kids, so I went and got custody of my son. My son been with me for a couple months now. So this showed me how to be a better parent all around, just a better man, period.
Initially, I didn't know that it could change men's lives. I didn't know that fathers could change. But it's amazing to me when fathers come back a year later, 2 years later, and tell us thank you. Or they'll make a Facebook post and say, look at what I'm doing now. It's amazing to me about the level of work that we've been able to do and the lives that we've changed in just a short period of time. And the fathers who come back and say, thank you, I needed you, and you were there.
Shout out to Brothers United, man. Be you.
All right, we are back. I don't know why that black screen was up like that. And we're back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. Shout out to our brother Yusuf Lateef, a artist and community creative. He's been doing that work for a minute. I remember meeting him in the 90s. I met him, I think maybe in 96 or 94. And Jody, he was creative then. All right. He was creative then.
Almost 20 years.
I know. Hey, listen, we're winding it down, but you just got here. So I don't know how we wind it down and you just get here. But anyway, what's up, Jody? What are some of the things that you think that's going on, or some of the things that you were a part of that people need to know? And then we're going to make a sharp turn to 5 minutes of heat, and man, and whatever else is on your mind.
Yep. And for those of you that are just getting to see a wonderful face and hear my wonderful voice online, sorry again, I missed the beginning of the show. There's some awesome stuff coming up that I'm doing, or if you go on my page, I can't talk, NDAs and all that stuff. But for the description, because we know some of you are still on Spotify or not really looking at your phone, because you know I got a great voice that projects, and
that's right.
You know, get your work day done. But I am a big brown bear of a man that is covered in tattoos and crystals and stones and bones and artifacts from living free, doing my life, and trying to help my community the best way I can. The things you see around my neck and around my wrist are people that I've met in this life who I would not trade for anything else in the world. Wearing an Arts Commission shirt, a blue, white, and checkered shirt, because I never talk about all that stuff, and my logo hat, brand hat, which won't be in this movie, but you know, staff. Marketing and branding is very important when you do things. And I'm the treasurer of this wonderful organization who this summer and into the fall, you'll see us giving back to the community in major, major ways. Can't tell y'all, just look at some of the sponsors.
Oh, okay. I'm like, okay, all right. I want to see who the hell we give it to. I'm like, all right, okay, all right.
Well, last week we picked up a lawn sponsor, Care, so we gotta get them gas cards and stuff out soon enough.
That's true.
But since last week and you saw us, I'm just gonna go through a real quick of things that you may have made, you may have not made, and some things that I even was able to make. So there was the speed funding fundraiser last week with the African American Legacy League and stuff. They had that. That was on June 13th, Thursday. And I was trying to look at the location because it wasn't the Entrepreneurs Club. It was a different location, I believe out Hill. But from the couple of people that came over to our Poetry and Soul sessions, because that's one of the open mics that I host once a month, along with K. Renee. Very happy to be a part of that too, because that is actually the event that started me as a poet almost a decade ago. That was beautiful. Loved all our features. Shout out to Jasmine. Shout out to Ashley. Shout out to, and I'm really bad with pronouncing names, but I am going to attempt it since she got on the mic. It just gave me such a wonderful thing from opening the stage.
That's what's up.
Her name is Dear Miss Stevie. Yes, Dear Miss Stevie. So she was wonderful. She had a couple of interesting poems there. So hopefully when I go down to Columbus and stuff, I can meet everybody again. Shout out to the Cauldron, where when I went there for my birthday, they let me, you know, get a couple poems off and stuff like that. Up. On Friday, there was the Tell Your Untold Stories with Ra. And she's been here before.
Right.
She did the hair show and everything like that. I heard it was a good open mic. A lot of people was commenting on that. Fortunately, I had to work because sometimes I have to clock into my taxable. Can't get off all the time.
Yes, sir.
But Uncle Sam needs to know what I make. So,
that's
right.
I gotta, it's all good.
Get them 20 hours in.
That's right. Hey, it is what it is.
Let's see, from there, Saturday on June 15th, we had the TQBC fundraiser at Castello Tierra. That's Taylor Holloway, a very good human being. When you see my boxes or dream boxes and stuff go out, a lot of those wax melts or stuff that I give as prizes, which next week I have a children's dream box teaching type class. That's where I get my wax melts from. So if you ever gotten a wax melt from me, make sure you shop with Castello Tierra. She's an awesome human being.
That's what's up. All right.
Also Saturday the 15th, there was the Art Loop in the Park, which coincided with the kickoff for what is tomorrow. So I hope everybody ain't burnt out. I've seen a few cities. I think Cleveland definitely won. Detroit had like a week-long Juneteenth.
Yeah.
So Again, tomorrow is Juneteenth. Please don't be burnt out by all the experiences and stuff like that, because our ancestors would have wanted us to celebrate on the day it actually happened. Extending it is great, but make sure you still, raise that fist on actual Juneteenth, which again, they had the art loop, we had the parade, Brother Washington's, and like 20 photos out of
That's right.
15 now.
That's right.
You see them all around, but it was good. I actually liked it. This was my first time being able to participate in the Juneteenth parade, because I do Old West End, African American, Strawberry Festival, but I did the Juneteenth and it was nice. Weather was good. Again, Alexia, Gutter Dave, everybody else involved, Tracy and stuff. Y'all did an awesome job.
That's right.
And like, I think I saw your comment on that. Thank you for asking the public if there's anything you could do better, because we'll always have room to grow. No matter if it's the best show ever, you still have room to grow and go into your audience to ask. It's a very humbling thing.
That's right.
And then from there, after we did the Frederick Douglass Center, thank you, Reggie, for hosting that again, where the original Juneteenth got its restart with us doing the vendors and stuff. So that was beautiful. Ramona Collins and a whole bunch of other artists were down there. I performed a couple pieces. Vendors, you guys did awesome with the variety of things you could vend. It wasn't same shirt, different t-shirt. So I like that when I go a part of things or go to things. I don't want to see 5 tables of the same thing and then be conflicted like, well, if I buy from you.
I know, man. They can be hot at me.
Right. So, and I'm kind of friends with
everybody.
So that's why you don't see me too much on going to things where it requires me to take stuff home, let alone that I walk or catch ride services or a friendly thumb. But also on Saturday the 15th, there was the R&B on the Mommy, which I know is hosted by the Sandpiper and Tracy and a whole bunch of other great people in the city who continually do great stuff.
That's right.
So coming up until you see us again, as I said, tomorrow is the official day, and this is the 5th annual Juneteenth event. So if you want to make your way down to Pro Medica. Ooh, that was hard.
Yes.
Pro Medica Park downtown.
Yes.
Pro Mafia, but it is. Go down there. I think tickets start at $25 and stuff like that. They have a lot of artists, lots of vendors. Rob Bass and Chubb Rock are performing with a whole bunch of local performers. Future Davis, who I've actually hosted and done some shows with, Victor Terry, King Chi, live DJ Lightning Rod, and everybody else. So,
King Chi gonna be there?
King Chi gonna be there.
All right, I don't think we linked up. We haven't crossed paths in a minute.
Yeah, me too. I haven't seen him since pre-unspeakable virus that we don't talk about.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
Hey, I need to talk to you. All right, okay.
So they'll be down there. That is tomorrow, starting at 2 p.m. There's also some other stuff. There is the 5th Regiment U.S. Colored Troop reenactment of basically why we celebrate Juneteenth and everything. That is going to be here at Montbrecht, where they roll out the red, black, and green carpet for us all the time at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So you can come to this.
That's right.
And then make your way downtown and still have time to make for the Juneteenth celebration. So they're doing celebration, refreshments, and probably bouncy houses and voter registration, which is important because I still want to know who our mayor going to be. But on to other things. This Saturday as well is Gathering on the Green at Tatum Park. So if you don't know what that is our once garden turned into USDA farm by Sonia Organic. Shout out to her.
That's
Sonia
right.
Mel. I'll be there. I was there for the first ground baking. I'll be there. Yes, I will be there because shooting isn't until 11. So I will be there, and it's going to be a great time. We always have great singers and food and everything. I really love what she's done with the gardening community and making it more, I don't know, friendly to come into. It's not just because she does a whole bunch of stuff with the garden and the accessibility and stuff and stuff like that. So this Saturday, 12 p.m., Gathering on the Green, the 5th annual opening ceremony. There's also the Pink Party at the Secor building this Saturday at 6. So if you can make your way down there, that is more art stuff with D. Brown. And this Sunday is CC Crystals at the R&B Picnic at Wallbridge.
Okay.
I think this is, I don't want to say this is the first year. I think they've done this a couple years, but the R&B Picnic at Wallbridge Park is going to be this Sunday, and that is all the events until we come back on the 25th. So yeah, that's been a little bit of my week. I hope you guys have had an awesome week. I hope also today and the rest of the week, if you're in the Northwest Ohio or maybe just the whole Ohio state, get some cooling for yourself.
That's right.
If you see somebody out, maybe chunk a bottle of water. Give them some water.
Yeah, that's
something
right.
like that.
Don't chuck the water at them.
I've done that though. That's pretty much what praise. We just chuck candy.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so be kind. You never know what somebody's going through. If you have the ability to help somebody, I'm not saying bring people in your place, but to tell them about all the cooling stations. The city has a great checklist if you want to know where you can get some cooling, what splash pads are open, what pools are open, because we don't need nobody out there just getting dehydrated and stuff like that. So it is a heat advisory all week long. We might be hitting triple digits.
All right.
All week long. Keep them air conditioners running or put a fan in the window, summer bills. But anyway, I think yeah.
All right, well, let's pay some bills and we can find what we're going to do for 5 minutes of heat. If you like what we do, we want you to make sure that you subscribe, like, share, and comment. That's the only way we know that we're doing a good job. So if you log on to our YouTube channel, just type in Community Solidarity Response Network Toledo. You probably just type in 2 words and the rest will drop down. Subscribe. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers so that we get one of those silver plaques from YouTube to come in. If you like what we do, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, listen to us on Spotify, subscribe to that YouTube channel, and also look for some of our tweets or X's on X, formerly known as Twitter. If you want to support us, you can support us via Cash App. That's the hashtag CSRN 419 or PayPal CSRN 419. A couple of weeks ago, we had an article in the Sojourner's Truth regarding Brandon Upchurch, and on that paper there was on the paper there was our defund the police signs. All right, all the way at the bottom. All right, we had the defund. All right, that looks good. Defund the police signs, the justice or else, and the Palestinian flag. So we went all out. So we do have the defund the police signs. No matter how many we put up in Toledo, somebody comes and gets them, and that's all good. All right. We have our Black Lives Matter signs. Just inboxes. We'll bring one to you. And also we're going to have our CSRN of Toledo yard signs. Those are coming up soon. Family, we really enjoy everyone's support. And as you see in our header, it says CSRN 10 years. So this is our 10-year victory lap all year, bringing up some Black Lives Matter moments and some of the things that we've done that really makes us stand out much more than I think any other grassroots protest group that I've seen.
We haven't been bought. We haven't been co-sponsored. We haven't done none of that because you got crazy guy Mr. Me behind the checkbook.
That's right. And you got me that already know what it is. All right. And I'm too old to switch up. And matter of fact, if I did, the other team don't even want me anyway.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, but I think that
I get that.
Yeah. And also since we're decentralized, we don't have to ask for permission from New York or California. You know, we see a need,
We ask for permission from our community.
Right.
If y'all not telling us what's needed or what's to help, we don't know.
That's right. That's right.
Not ambulance chasing or hunting down some story to have fake anger about. Those eras never started and they never will.
That's right. Hey, listen, man, we're getting into that hour and a half time, and it's time for 5 minutes of heat. And this is where when we wrap up our show, we never wanted to end with the gavel, banging down on the table. We wanted to use creative expression. We had our brother Yusuf Lateef on, who is a very creative brother, and we're creative. I mean, look at our set. Stop by Mott Branch Library from 6 to 7 and just look at what we put together.
Yep,
and
I'll wave at you.
Right. It's art in itself, just the things that we have posted up here. And 5 minutes of heat was that thing that we created that we do at the end of our meetings. And I don't know if I've ever seen anyone at the end of all of their meetings present some art.
Yep.
So what do you have for us today?
So and then I'll be doing a Thursday recap. But as I said at the beginning of this month, this is Men's Mental Health Month. I can ally in partnership with a whole bunch of things, but I can only advocate for things I know personally. So whatever else is going on this month, I only know about men's mental health. And in honor of that, I'm going to be doing another piece from book 1 of the childhood trauma series called Crucible, which is one of the first, I guess you could say, breaking pieces where poets from around the world, as I was going on podcasts to the New Eurekan and Germany and other places, a woman from Holland told me this piece was a CWTH, which is from their language, it means a hug.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if this is not one of the first pieces I've done like that, but it became the theme of what this series is about. I don't like repeating myself in my art or stuff like that, but I've learned ways to convey that same emotion in my writing. So this piece is called Crucible. It is a trigger warning piece. So, if you listen to this and you got some stuff going on, you might shed a tear too. So let's begin. Peace. I forgive you for being human. It's not your fault that you have a big heart and you allow people to tug on the strings that you openly give them. I forgive you for seeing the good in people, even if it's only a shadow of the past person that they once were. I forgive you for your past and all the traumas you had to live through, all the surviving you had to see, and lessons, yes, lessons you have yet to be taught. I forgive you for forgiving people, no matter how many times they hurt you and disappoint you with things you would never know, never do to them. I forgive you for believing in forevers. That there has to be some type of fairy tale ending waiting for you at the end of this rainbow of broken tears and shattered dreams that won't wind up being another illusion for you to find yourself again. I forgive you for being silent when you know you wanted to speak up. Stand proud in your own conviction, but yet you dwindled and crumbled because you believed your truth wasn't enough. I forgive you for accepting those labels people put on you, calling yourself weird, strange, outcast, black sheep, and not accepting that you are the most unique, beautiful thing that will ever live the history of your story. I forgive you for the isolation you put yourself through and the years of reconstruction to feel whole again. I forgive you for giving too much too quickly to people who only listen and never comprehend, who are only interested in the words and not the emotions of survival that brought those moments to life. I forgive you for the people you do not, yes, you do not forgive. I forgive you for not reaching out in times when you know you needed it. I forgive you for being human. I forgive you for not being able to control your emotions in certain areas that you are passionate about and over-explaining to people who will never understand the contrast of the picture you are painting. I forgive you for apologizing to people who hurt you only because you know somewhere deep down this hurts them too. I forgive you for the tears you cried over situations that were never meant for you. I forgive you for the times you quit and gave up on dreams becoming realities that did not quite fit your lifestyle at the time. I forgive you for suitcasing your life traumas so deep within you they become landmines that people trigger across before you can even give them warning. I forgive you for those walls you built. I forgive you for that hurt you hold. I forgive you for the love you withhold from yourself. Forgive you for wanting to save everyone, no matter how much it damages yourself. Forgive you for every time you cussed out your creator, thinking you were being punished when it was only a lesson to teach you wisdom so you could grow to be this strong. I forgive you for feeling too fat, skinny, ugly, boring, withdrawn, quiet, shy, explosive, smart, dumb, or self-absorbed to ever belong. I forgive you for the time it took for you to say, I forgive you. Forgive you for being human and hope you will accept this apology from yourself. Peace.
All right, and as always, we snap our fingers. I want to thank you once again, Jody, for all you do, in the community. We've got the African American Festival coming up, and there's a breakfast. I think it's the prayer breakfast.
Prayer breakfast, the honoree, the concert, and there's something else.
All right. Well,
from the 19th through the 21st.
All right. So we're gonna definitely be there for that, brother.
Yep. I'll be purchasing. I think I should have 3 or 4 spots left. I'm purchasing a table of 10 for some of my closest friends and family who's been there through this decade.
All right. That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. And and as we always say, all lives can't matter until
Black lives matter.
And Black lives can't matter until
all Black lives matter.
Justice or else?
Yeah.
Peace.